Maharishi Prabhu, who joined the movement in the 1970s, did a lot of book distribution, met Srila Gurudeva Audible in 1997. Prabhu, please keep me in your sights because I'll be putting up a 3-minute, 2-minute, 1-minute sign. And give you a very warm welcome. And please offer your Pushpanjali. Haribol.
Hare Krishna, Haribol. I'm sorry again for not speaking very well English, and I might have some, lacks of words sometime. And for my humble obeisances to my spiritual master, A.C. Bhaktivinoda Srila Prabhupada, or dear Srila Gurudeva, Bhaktivinoda Narayan Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Prankeshava Maharaj, my Param Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, and his Guru and Father Srila Bhaktivinoda. My first one I wanted to say is like the devotees spoke before me, some memories of, or meeting with first time with Srila Gurudev, Narayan Maharaj. During this week, I heard a very nice statement from Bhagavat Maharaj in your Zoom connection video, and he was saying that we don't have to worry. He was cutting Srila Prabhupada, saying we don't have to worry. All planned, everything has been made. Everything is been organized already. I will never let you down. And if I'm here or not here, when I will be gone, all the plan will be done. So I remember, because after the years 80s, the 80s, we were feeling a lot of chaos, and Maharaj talked about it just before me, difficult situation. So we didn't know what was going to happen in the 90s, and I remember going to North Carolina, visiting one of my friends, and there were a gathering of we haven't heard anything about Vrindavan and Gurudev visiting sometime Krishna Balaram Mandir and connection between Tamal Krishna Maharaj and Giriraj going to see him in Mathura. So they were when I was in North Carolina, they were talking about that, and I was staying neutral, and there were some controversies. So I said, well, maybe it's something's new, thing went on, and I didn't say so much about it. And the year 94, I went to Vrindavan with my dear friend Aristanasana, many of you might know, and we were staying in a guest house. And I remarked it, like every time I was coming down to my room, there was something posted on the door: if you want to come and such a time, you can have meeting and darshan with Jadurani Shamarani, who would explain probably what was going on at that time, with all disciples Srila Prabhupada. I was starting to connect with Srila Gurudev, but not so many knew about it, So I didn't go to those darshan, and finally, years passed. Srila Narayan Maharaj came to New Mayapur, and I noticed after his coming, I didn't go to that festival. Many devotees appreciated, but I was starting to notice after some years, the same devotees who have been dissatisfied the way they have been treated, more or less, starting to take up again by association with Srila Narayan Maharaj Gurudev. They were taking back gradually their sadhana, starting to chant their own, starting to studying books, although they had almost given up everything. And then I was wondering, who is that person? It looks like it is such a wonderful, changement I see in some of my friends and God brothers, So first I didn't go right away to different sangha, going organized all about the world. So I start to reading who was Srila Narayan Maharaj, and what he was explaining everything, in his books. There were not so many books available at that time, but there was one. We didn't have any Facebooks and YouTube, but there were some. One of the a network called VNN, just like CNN. It was Vaishnav News Network, and this network was publishing all the classes who were given all over the world by this preaching tour. And I start to, realize slowly by slowly how this was, what I was reading was so deep, so consistent, so refreshing. I started to print all those documents I was getting from the website, and put some stabilo, yellow stabilo on it, for special point. So the first years I was putting, once a while, and then after the classes were nourishing, coming, then I was tabulating most of the page, in fact, because everything becomes so important. And I was discovering how Srila Gurudeva, Narayan Maharaj was very close friends of my spiritual master, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. How he was a friend from before, because we didn't know anything about that. We had the Prabhupada Lilamrita. I recently read again Prabhupada Lilamrita. I didn't see anything about, Narayan Maharaj welcoming Prabhupada in Delhi, Narayan Maharaj, Srila Narayan Maharaj, being talking to Prabhupada when Prabhupada was departing, and then by hearing all those, not reading, but reading those classes, on the website, on VNN, everything came to me. This was a very exceptional person who came to help us, One thing to change my way of thoughts, it got me to go closer, is when I heard in 2000 there were a meeting in Los Angeles after some problem with the temple there. They were a meeting in Hridayananda Goswami's place in Beverly Hills, and one of our friends, in France we had, during the 80s, we had the governance of Bhagavan, and Bhagavan Das was there during that meeting. Many devotees were there, and they were trying to restore connection between, ISKCON society and the Vedanta Samiti, the whole Sangha. So I didn't see the video right away, but I heard about it from God Brothers, and they told me that, I was very surprised, because they told me, how Bhagavan represented and defended Srila Narayan Maharaj in the front of, all the GBCs were there, and, people in charge of BBT, and how he was presenting him. And he says something really surprised me, because it all, especially could you imagine if Srila Narayan Maharaj would come to Los Angeles and Prabhupada would have been here in 2000, what do you think Prabhupada would do? He would take his phone, he will try to reach, Gurudev, he will try to reach Srila Narayan Maharaj and say, where are you? Why don't you come to my temple? And then Maharaj would have come and say, well, where would you stay tonight? Well, maybe you stay in my room, Bhagavan was explaining that, because he was trying to explain to us that Srila Narayan Maharaj was very close to Srila Prabhupada. And we had forgotten that. In fact, we didn't know this thing. So that's impressed me very much. And over the years, I continue going and studying and getting publication and books, and even sometimes inspiring other devotees to do so. But I never met the person. I had different ways than everybody could very usually I could go to India, but I didn't go because of my work and because of my, I was in charge of a business with one of my friend, God brother and friend Aristanasana. And then I said, well, I decided to go to the festival in Verbania. So I went to Verbania and I saw a lot of my God brothers there who were very nice, very happy to see me. And they were very nice sadhu sangha. And then I first met Srila Narayan Maharaj in that time, but not personally, just I was part of the crowd. And finally, after some time, I decided to write a letter to him because I felt ashamed the way my god brother, I've treated him over the years. So I wrote this letter and I put it all my heart into it. I say I'm doing this for my god brothers. I mean, I know already a lot of my god brothers was following him, but still I'm doing it for my god brothers. I was asking pardon, and I was trying to explain my way, how I was attached to ISKCON society because it was the mission of my Gurudev, but that I was regretting why some of my god brother have treated him that way and treating also his followers. So I sent it the letter. I didn't send it by internet and send it by postal mail to Mathura. I didn't expect any answer at all. I just thought, the letter would go through. I don't know how the letter would be coming to India because sometimes it's difficult to receive or to send something in India, even in those times. And I went to, and then finally we went to, first time I went to India, I went to the first parigram in 2004. And 2004, yeah, in parigram in Govardhan, I came with Aristanasana. So I listened to all the classes. I was very impressed and very touched. And at one point, Srila Gurudev came to the room. Everybody stand up. There is like 1,000 to 3,000 devotees in Govardhan. He went to the deities. And then after he was going to go back to his Vyasasana, and my friend Aristanasana said, please come, stand up. We're going to go see him. So we went to see him. He presented me. This is Maharishi Das, a disciple of Srila Prabhupada Swami Maharaj and everything. And Srila Gurudev was nodding his head like that. And suddenly, as I said that, Brajanath and Madhav Maharaj, who can witness even now, they say, oh, he's the person who sent you this letter, Gurudev. He's the one who sent you this letter. And Maharaj looked at me and they say, Srila Gurudev was very happy with this letter. He was really grateful you wrote it. So I was surprised. I said, which letter? Is this a letter I sent? Oh my God, I just can't even believe this really touched him so much. And years went on. I don't know what time. I still have like 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
No, just another minute or so, Prabhu.
A minute or so. So, okay, that was the main thing for me because I really it's creating a relation with Srila Gurudev. And in 2005, we went to the Holland Festival. I tried to bring some of my god brother, and I had brought that year. I had brought something, I received a year before from one of my god sisters, something very special. And I said, well, let's bring that thing to the festival. So, because I already showed it to some of my god brother. I have it here with it was like Srila Prabhupada passport. So I had Srila Prabhupada passport, and I show it to Shoti Maharaj, who take it away from me, or show it to another Maharaj, and then the passport went on in the crowd of the festival, and I tried to get it back. And then one devotee told me, well, during a morning walk, could you maybe maybe you should show it to Gurudev. So I brought the passport with me, and I came to the morning walk, and okay, and he appreciated very much. And he asked me, he told me, are you selling it? He said, no, I'm not selling it. I just, trying to share it with the devotees. And he appreciated everything. He told me, take care of it, offer pranam every day. Hare Krishna, Vanchakalpatarubhya Chakriva Sindhu.
Maharishi Prabhu, thank you so much for your Pushpanjali. And I can tell you your English is very good. And actually, it's a lot better than my French. So I really appreciate it. And I remember many of those events you talked about, I remembered with a lot of fondness. So thank you so much.